Hey everyone. Hey, if you guys want to see something on the video, just say something on the video, and that way everybody can kind of hear it instead of private message me and say, "How does that?" But I understand a lot of people may be a little bit nervous or shy when it comes to the questions and stuff like that. But hey, that's how people learn. But again, love you guys, and I'll explain this again. Um, on two parts, I guess, because one, six of you private messaged me and said, "Well, how did you do the AC? How did you do that?" And then starting to do the paint here, and I had two of my friends sit there and say, "Well, aren't you just gonna give it to a paint company and paint it?" And I was like, "Oh, hell no," because uh, for one, it costs $3,000-4,000 just to have them go and fix this. When I can sit there and do it myself, it sucks. It's not as good, but until maybe you want to keep the car and sit there and say, okay, it's cherry. I want to go to the car shows with this. Then I would probably go to the paint shop and say, hey, go ahead and just repaint the whole thing. But so to clarify for the six of you guys and one gal, uh, on the AC on the fourth gen, it's pretty much across the board, just like anything else, any other make and model. You got the high side, you got the low side. You're not going to charge the high side, you're going to charge the low side. And when you go to the parts store to pick up the the recharging unit, which this is what I used with the gauge, you can only fit the port on the low side. Okay, so anyways, what I did, what everybody recommends, you should go to a professional, okay? Because you don't know what's wrong with the system, but a lot of people do this, especially buying cars like I did. And what I did was I went ahead and spent $60 on this, because you're going to go to the dealership, whatever you want to call them. They're going to charge you $200-300 just to diagnose the system, pull the coolant out, see if there's even pressure in there. If there's moisture, then that's even worse. They got to pull that out, recharge it. Well, not recharge it. Let me back up. They have to sit there and put pressure to the system to make sure that there's no leaks. So if there's leaks, then they have to trace it. And that's when you put a dye in, and then you trace the dye and figure out where the dye is. And it depends on the system, because there's cars out there with AC going clear the hell back to the back rear end of the third row seating. So it can go all the way up underneath the vehicle, and it takes a while. That's why it's so expensive to diagnose some of these things. But what I did, because one of you guys, Derek, said, well, you don't have recirculation, because on most cars you have to put on recirculation. Yes, but in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that, you don't have recirculation. So you just throw it on the highest setting. The fan goes to high, put on max air, hook up your system, make sure that it's the correct system, but most everybody has the 134A or whatever it is, which is environmental friendly, and throw it on there, and then it'll give you a reading, 0 to whatever. Now, I think one of you asked, well, what if the compressor is spinning but not producing air? Well, that means there's something wrong in between the high and the low, okay? So you got pressure settings within the compressor, and one may be reading higher or lower, the other side may be reading lower and higher, It all depends. If you got something like that, I just recommend going to a professional and let them handle the situation there, because this ain't gonna help it whatsoever. Because if you add more of this, you're probably gonna hurt your system, and if there's not enough compression in there, you could end up causing more damage on the high and low side by not dealing with that pressure valve within the pump. So I think one of you wanted a video, and I'm just not good on videos, guys. I could talk about this all day long, but so on the Camaro itself, this is the low side right here. This is my 97. So 97, low side. Here's the high side. Okay. Sometimes the high side is on the opposite side of your condenser down here, but mine happens to be right here. And that's what a couple of you were asking, is how, what, where, and why. So anyways, basically you start your car, you hook this guy up, plug it in there, and it's going to give you a reading. Now, because mine is not started, I don't have it on high, that's the reading that I have. If it's in the red, do not push this. Oh my God, do not push this and sit there and think that you can correct it. So that means you have an issue in the red, okay? Most of the time when you go to push it in, it's going to be either low or close to the fill or in the yellow, but this is with the engine running. So I'm not going to push mine, so because I just filled it yesterday and it was close to 40 and it's holding great. So anyways, I hope that's a little clarity on the 4th gen. I think they're close to the same all the way across the board, from 93 upwards to 98, 99. I'm not sure about the 2000, 2001, 2002, because that's a whole different platform, especially with the LS1. So anyways, I hope this helps. If you have any other questions, yeah, continue to private message me. I'll be more than happy to help, but I just rather throw this out on the board for everyone so they can hear and have your questions answered. Talk to you guys later. Bye.